Hello and good evening, Spirit Team parents. I'm Alex Brown. I'm your child's English teacher, and I just want to take some time to introduce you to how my hybrid classroom works. So, the very first thing is that I try to keep all the kids on the same exact page when it comes to doing work. So, whether your child is at home doing the virtual session or in class, we're all working on the same thing at the same time, which is why I'm sharing my Google Classroom screen with you at this moment, because the do now really is to, when you come into class or when you log into class, you open up the Google Classroom. All classwork will be posted in that classroom section for today. Always ignore the stream for me. The stream doesn't really have anything of value. It just kind of shows when I posted assignments, and the real organized section is the classwork section. The way I like to organize classwork is I put the topic as the week. So this week is September 29th through October 2nd. And then for each day that we do materials and work, I like to first put what day it is and then what we're doing. So, for example, on Tuesday, since we didn't have Monday class this week, we have 3 things for Tuesday that we did. The first thing was a Discovery Education video on persuasive writing, and then we had a Google form. And then the next material was editing paragraph checklist. And then the final was the hand-in for the persuasive paragraph that we've been working on for about a week now. And so today we had 3 materials for Wednesday. We had a do now, an introduction to what fan fiction is, and then finally a ticket out, which was a question. So that's the way I like to organize my classes, so we can see, what's going on for the week, and also what did we do for each day of the week, which also leads me to when it comes to absences. If your child is absent, hopefully this helps keep them organized as to what they've missed. When it comes to certain times where we watch videos, such as the Discovery Education video that students had to watch, when your child is at home, a lot of kids have reported to me that when we're watching videos and doing a Google Meet at the same time, there's a lag. So it is okay if they need to deactivate their camera or even log out to watch the video because of bandwidth issues. Those things kind of happen. I know that attendance can be a little spotty and it's difficult, but I try to check for attendance several times. Plus, I do things like do nows and tickets out to hopefully mitigate accidental absences. Moving on to our Spirit Team newsletter. My section of the newsletter will usually be a review of the previous week to just give everyone a quick overview of how things are going. So, for example, last week it was a review of September 21st through September 25th. We had what we did on Monday, our in-class focus, an at-home focus. And then down at the bottom, we had the assignments for September so far. Those I'll usually post what assignments are due and when. And finally, when it does come to assignments, we have a section that I'd like to show you. Many of you are probably already familiar, but if you're not, to do this, I logged in and became a student in one of my colleagues' classrooms to kind of give you the student view. If you're ever wondering about what your child may owe or what they should be working on, down where you look at their enrolled classes, there's a very handy to-do list. That when you click on the to-do list, you will see what has been assigned, what is missing, and what has been done. So, for example, I logged in. I'm technically a student in John Curran's class, who's the other 7th grade English teacher, and we have an assignment here called writing 3 emails. We have 0 assignments for this week that are assigned. The big thing to check is missing. If it's in red with the date, then we know that it's a missing assignment. We have, for example, in the done category, we have 2 things that I've turned in for this week, 2 of which were done early. One was a writing dialogue assignment, and then the other is a September 30th Mr. Curran's check-in. He gave me a 2 out of 2, so I must have done a really good job on that. But the other assignment that I turned in was a dialogue writing assignment. And sometimes this unfortunately happens where, as a teacher, we get the assignment turned in, and then we go and look at it, and we have the instructions, the example, and then we have the begin assignment here, and it's blank. So if you ever wonder if you see a 0 for something that your child has posted, it is possible that they accidentally posted something blankly under that to-do column. And this is just one way you can kind of check up on work. And if you haven't seen it already, if you're not sure, that's just one quick tutorial. One other thing to discuss is the morning, the pre-attendance check-in, which is the self-screen. On the Washingtonville website, and there's also been QR codes sent home, there is a health self-screen that we encourage your child to do before they come into the building. I know that many of you have already seen this, but the self-screen can be found when you log into the website for the district. Scroll down below to the bottom, and you'll see the self-screen form. And when you click that, it brings you to a attestation that you don't have any of the COVID-19 symptoms. And what I do actually is if your child has a cell phone and they're able to keep a shortcut to this on their cell phone with autofill, they can literally do it before they get out of bed with about 2 clicks, which is kind of how I do it anymore in the mornings. So I'm hoping that helped clear a few things up. I have to say it has been an absolute pleasure getting to know your children over these last few weeks, both online and in person. We've been doing a lot of get to know you activities that I've then been incorporating writing into, and then kind of building off of that. We're going to be moving into some writing fiction soon, and I just can't wait to see what your children can write. And it really is nice to be back and working with your children in person. I look forward to working with them all year, and I look forward to working with you as well. If you have any questions for me at any time, always feel free to drop me an email. Thank you very much, and it was great meeting you all.